South is headed.
Yep.
The NFC West, the toughest division in the NFL. There are 3 teams in this division that I will not be surprised if at the end of the season we're looking at each one of these teams going, they are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. That includes the LA Rams, who just added Matt Stafford. That includes the San Francisco 49ers, who get everybody back off of injury. That includes Jeremy's best team in the NFC, the Arizona Cardinals. Seattle Seahawks are the shit of this division
Ooh,
now.
Boy.
Fire those feathers.
God.
Arizona Cardinals.
It got ugly in a hurry, and I don't know how it's going to get better.
The Seahawks got something I've never, and we'll get there when we get to their draft grade.
Right.
They got something I've never done before.
Wow.
It's something I've never done before.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start out at the bottom of the division. Last year, it was the San Francisco 49ers.
Yep.
They made the big move to trade up from 12 to get to 3, gave up 3 first-round draft picks to get up there. Trey Lance was their guy. We thought, the talk was Trey Lance or Mac Jones. Which one's it going to be? I like the Trey Lance pick way better than I would have loved Mac Jones here.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. You were starting after 3. You were at A+. That should tell you how much I really disliked everything you did from there.
Yeah,
Because there ain't much to like.
It's dudes.
You took Aaron Banks way too high. I mean, 3 rounds too high. You took Trey Sermon too high. 3 rounds too high. You took him ahead of Michael Carter, which to me, I think 2 years from now, you're going to look back and go, that was stupid.
Right.
I didn't like that at all. Ambry Thomas, he's a guy. I don't hate the talent. I just haven't seen enough of it.
Right.
I did like the Jalen Moore pick. Just I have to be nice while I'm, I have to be nice about something.
So that was their value pick of the draft?
100%.
Was Jalen Moore in the 5th round?
Yep. I like Jalen Moore, and I love the Trey Lance pick. I just wish you had done a little bit more to build around him.
Yeah.
Because he's a different guy.
Yeah. This is the first draft from the 49ers in a long time that I looked at and was like, oh God, what's going on? And then I look at this draft class being where this could be what people look back on and say, John Lynch, you weren't that
You boo-boo kitted this one.
You weren't that good. Let's be clear here. I really, really, really like Trey Lance. He was definitely the pick over there, but you don't know. You don't really know what's going to happen. And if now you look at this, let's just say that Trey Lance ends up being okay or playing out a bust. And then you look at the rest of these guys that were drafted, and then you look at this class, when you were a team that is ready to make a Super Bowl run, and you could have added way better pieces, I think people could look back on this and be like, that's the point right there.
Yeah, this is where it all went downhill.
This is what happened.
Yeah, I would have put Trey Lance in the riskiest pick discussion. Trey Sermon, to me, he's you overdrafted. Now I say that was your worst pick. I wouldn't put him in risky category, but Trey Lance definitely is the riskiest pick.
Trey Sermon's a risky pick to me because you took him over a guy that I think can be a high-level starter in this exact same offense.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what you're seeing. I cannot figure it out because I do not like Trey Sermon as a zone running back. He's not decisive enough. I mean, there's just a lot to dislike about that. Now, with all of that being said, I vehemently disagree with a lot of what Brian just said. Because here's what they did. And it's the part that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Aaron Banks is ready to come in and play right now. Aaron Banks probably a starter day one.
Yep.
Trey Sermon was probably the most NFL-ready running back in terms of when they selected. I think Ambry Thomas is pretty NFL-ready. I think Jalen Moore can be you build a lot of things that you're trying to win right now. DeMondre Lenore, I feel the same way about him. I think he can play in the NFL right now. I just wish you had, because there is such a good talent base in San Francisco, I just wish you had done some things that would have built for later on. Because I think Trey Lance is going to be a markedly different quarterback in this scheme than Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think you needed to add some pieces to that. Receiver, I love what they have at receiver. I'm just afraid it can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Deebo Samuel has been healthy for about 9 consecutive minutes twice in his entire life.
No doubt. Absolutely no doubt about that. But I do feel like this is a team, though, that is in win-now mode.
They are.
It's not about the future.
And I understand that. But when you have this much talent, the forward-thinking teams look to the future in the draft. Mm-hmm. It's not about adding the pieces right now. And Aaron Banks, you're never going to convince me you didn't take him ridiculously early.
Yeah.
I pull for a zone team. I wrote 100 articles on zone blocking teams. Aaron Banks was a fourth rounder at best. Mm-hmm. I mean, at best. And that's being drafted in that scheme.
Last year's best team in the NFC, according to Mr. Jeremy Greene, was the Arizona Cardinals. We like what they did in the offseason. The draft, it was just another banger. They have killed it. Zaven Collins, Rondale Moore, Marco Wilson, Victor Dimukeje, Tay Gowan. There's a lot of value in all of those picks. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest with you, the Zaven Collins pick at 16 threw me off. I was not expecting that. I was expecting that they were going to try to target somebody on the offensive line. But Zaven Collins, you can't argue with it.
I'm okay with it.
You can't argue with a guy like that being available.
You know what the Cardinals have on the offensive line right now? A shitload of starts. A shitload of starts. Between Justin Pugh, Rodney Hudson, Brian Winters, Kelvin Beachum. Two of those guys played for the Jets.
Yeah.
DJ Humphries. There's a lot of starts on this line. Mm-hmm. I'm not that scared of it, to be honest with you. Especially with how quick they get the ball out, how many weapons they have now. The Zaven Collins pick, it didn't throw me off in the least. I knew they were hot on him. I thought they were going to try to trade back just a hair because there were a lot of teams there were a lot of guys in that area that a lot of teams wanted to get up to get. They said, to hell with it. We're going to get our guy. Did you hear his call when they called him?
No.
Oh yeah.
He said a show dog's not going to. We're going to get a Super Bowl ring, a Super Bowl ring so big a show dog can't jump over it.
Nice.
I heard that and I went, I like that. Yeah. I like you. I like your disposition. I like all of it. Uh-huh. Do you realize how many dudes are now on this defense?
God.
By the way, the Tay Gowan pick, one of the great value picks of the draft.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt, Chandler Jones comes back this year. Isaiah Simmons is going to be better in year 2. Zaven Collins, Marcus Golden, Malcolm Butler, Budda Baker. That's a lot of dudes.
Scary.
That's a lot of dogs. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of ball hockey, quarterback hitty, aggressive. And this is on a defense that's going to score this is a defense that's paired with an offense that's going to score a shitload of points.
Yep. Yeah. They might just go
I
like
love
7
this team.
wide.
I love this team. I love this team.
Yeah.
I love everything they did. The one thing I will say is the Marco Wilson pick scares the hell out of me. Mm-hmm. Marco Wilson just scares the heebie-jeebies out of me because you're never going to know what he's going to do.
Right.
Because he has made some, everybody talks about who throws the shoe, really? That was just one of a litany of really bad decisions he's made. Penalties abound. Just made a lot of boneheaded decisions. I'm afraid he's a guy that you're never going to be able to trust because you're never going to know what he's going to do. Mm-hmm. Talent is off the charts. He's also a guy I could see not making the roster because I could see him getting in the building and then just going, we're not fucking with this. Right. We're not fucking with this. Victor Dimukeje in the 6th round, also one of my favorite picks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is a guy that is a high-level technician as a pass rusher the minute he walks in the door. And he fell because of bad tape at Duke this past year on a team that was disgustingly bad.
Mm-hmm. And Rondale Moore just solidifies a wide receiver core that is scarier than just about any damn thing in the league.
So there's another toy.
Yeah.
You get another toy.
Yeah.
Michael Manette, a guy they took in the 7th round, that's the Rodney Hudson replacement. Just remember I said that.
Yep.
It'll be a couple years from now.
Solid pick.
Yep.
It was a solid draft all around, solid offseason all around for the Arizona Cardinals, and they absolutely needed it if they are going to ever live up to Jeremy Greene's expectations. The Seattle Seahawks had 3 picks in the damn draft.
Hey, they're all on the screen.
Yeah, hot. Yeah. All right, let's roll through them here.
Incomplete.
Your riskiest pick. Excuse me. Your riskiest pick was the guy you took in the 2nd round, Dwayne Eskridge, the wide receiver out of Western Michigan.
Love the talent. He's damn fast. I do not know how Russell Wilson's going to get in the ball. I think now you have, and the thought and the way it's been explained to me is we now have 3 guys that are so dynamic over the top that you can't put too many guys in the box.
Yep.
You can't send too many at Russ. That's the only way we could fix the offensive line. Well, here's the thing. The offensive line still sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it still sucks. And your defense still sucks. You're the worst team in this division.
No
You
doubt.
may not want to hear that. You may not. I mean, I'm sure there will be Seahawks fans in the comments. That, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I kind of do. And Russ does too. And there's a reason he's been so vocal.
Yep.
Because he's getting real friggin' tired of running for his life. And he's getting real tired of watching his defense give up points.
Well, it sucks being the best quarterback in this division
And being on the worst
and being
team.
on the worst team.
You have the best quarterback in the division. Hey, and think about this. Before you tell me I'm wrong, I want you to think about something, Seattle Seahawks fans. If Russell Wilson decided, I don't want to play football anymore.
Yep.
I'm just going to go the fuck home.
Yep.
How many games do you win?
3.
At best. It's 3 at best. You would instantaneously be one of the worst teams in the NFL. And it's the truth, and you know it's the truth. You may not want to hear it, but it's the truth. And you know what? You look at a team like, let's just go, another team in this division. LA Rams. Let's say you're stuck with John Walford. Matt Stafford decides to go wax surfboards for a living or whatever the fuck he wants to do. You're still going to win 6 or 7 games.
Yep.
Because you got Aaron Donald, you got Jalen Ramsey, you got a dog defense. I'm just telling you. And I love the Stone Forsythe pick, by the way. A lot of people killed them for trading up for that. I think he could be a starter on this line pretty fast.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to take that long.
And then Trey Brown, he is your best value pick.
It was the third thing on the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, he fit.
Right. Okay. All right. That's fine. All right.
But here's
so
the thing.
3 picks. You had to have 3 qualifiers. I guess that's where he falls in.
I saw somebody in the comments say Russ is going to cook behind this line. I want you to understand what this line is. Dwayne Brown, never had a problem with him. I like Dwayne Brown. We're good. Damian Lewis, Ethan Pochich, do like Gabe Jackson. And Brandon Shell's your right tackle. Let me tell you something about Brandon Shell. And I'm sure you already figured this out because you got to watch him play last year. This is a guy the New York Jets looked at and went, you're unsalvageable. No shot. Remember George Fant, that 6th tackle you had years ago? The Jets looked at him and went, that's markedly better. So you better hope to God Stone Forsythe can be that right tackle because Brandon Shell is not a legitimate tackle in this league.
Adam Black said in the comments, where do all the bandwagon Seahawks fans go? They left
Arizona.
last year. They came to Tampa.
Yeah, they can go to Arizona.
Actually, the comment was Russ will be cooking from home behind this line.
I read it incorrectly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, which is 100% true because he's just going to be like,
But he'll be
LEM,
injured.
good for you.
Yeah.
I didn't read that right. My bad.
That's the good stuff, though. That's funny as hell.
No,
It's true.
Yeah, no doubt the Seattle Seahawks are going to be the worst team in this division. Well, barring another rash of major injuries to one of the other teams, but even
that
at that,
Niners coming, man.
I'm telling you.
That damn twister. I'm telling you what, boys, girls.
I don't know if you can hear this in the background, but at the Wicked Weed Studios, it sounds like we're going to open that door, and Toto and Angie M are going to be flying around.
pretty much heavy weather here this morning in the Wicked Weed studio. Now, finally, let's wrap it up here with the NFC West with the Los Angeles Rams. They go out and get the quarterback in Matt Stafford. They've got a lot of weapons on this team. I feel like they did all right in the draft.
As do I.
There was nothing real special about it.
I've heard a lot of negative about the Rams. They've really gotten. I love Tutu Atwell. Love him. Okay, he's little. Cool. So is Devontae Smith. He went at 11. And now Tutu Atwell's a little bit smaller because he's a little bit shorter.
Yep.
He's a really productive player. Really productive. I like that pick personally. I like the Ernest Jones pick. Love the Bobby Brown pick. Bobby Brown III, that's another one of those top like 10, 15 favorite picks in the draft for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's a guy that can slot in next to Aaron Donald and shit gets weird. Because there are a lot of things you can do with those two guys side by side.
Right.
That's a lot of getting after quarterbacks, a lot of run stuff, and a lot of allowing things to happen back behind you.
Yep.
And the underrated pick of this draft, and it's a guy that these two can vouch, I talked about a lot, Jacob Harris.
Yeah.
Jacob Harris, a wide receiver at Central Florida. He ain't going to play wide receiver in the NFL. He's a tight end. He's a 6'5" tight end. And you just remember I said this. That dude could be the next Darren Waller.
Wow.
Hands are not great. His hands are not great, and blocking is not his strong suit. But by God, he's going to be a matchup disaster because he's 6'5" and he's pretty damn fast.
So impact player that we could be talking more about in what, 2 years? Or do you think he'll make an immediate impact?
He's not going to make an immediate impact because he's going to have to learn how to play tight end because he's never done it before, to my knowledge.
Right.
But I think he's a guy that down the line is going to make an impact.
And after losing Gerald Everett in free agency, this is someone that can help come in and play opposite of Tyler Higbee.
He can run that. I mean, he can run that Gerald Everett role right now.
Yeah.
Because Gerald Everett was not asked to block very often either. The thing about him is he's going to be a move tight end. He's going to be a mismatch tight end. He and the Atwell pick and him, they go together quite nicely. Because you can't nest on him as long as you've got somebody like Jacob Harris that at any point can go motion in the slot, change the alignments. I liked it a lot. I know a lot of Rams fans didn't. I know a lot of analysts didn't. I did.
Poor Alex Sander was going to ready to play in traffic.
Yeah. We were doing wellness checks on Alex Sander. He was day 3.
And that's the thing, I didn't understand why he was so upset.
Because Tutu Atwell weighs 112 pounds soaking wet with bricks on his feet.
And that's fine.
So
but
from a fan standpoint, you look at this guy and you're like, what are we going to do with that guy? That's why
you're going to tell him to run real goddamn fast, and I'm going to throw in the ball.
It sounds great. I mean, but okay. I mean, but I think that's what I'm saying. As a fan, you're looking at this guy and you're like, you need guys like Jeremy to come out and say, this is actually a really good pick.
But you don't need. See, here's the thing. I think fans get too locked into, we need to draft all these superstar players. I mean, yes, that obviously helps, and that helps you be a great team in the future, but you're already a great team. At this point, you just need to find the pieces to fill in the gaps and bring everything together. And I think Tutu Atwell can be a piece that helps their offense be more efficient. He's not going to be asked to do a whole lot because you already got superstars on this defense or on this offense.
Agreed.
You got superstars on this defense as well. You brought in glue pieces, Ernest Jones, Bobby Brown. I think it's, while it's not overwhelming and it's not going to send you over the moon, it's still look at this and go, we legit filled some holes and we are going to be a Super Bowl contender next year.
Agreed.
I think you should be happy about it, but not thrilled. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, it's been fun.